Malaysian artist Red Hong Yi has created a portrait of Jackie Chan using 64,000 chopsticks. The artist, who goes by the name of Red, says that she was contacted by Chan's office months ago as the Kung Fu star, who is a fan of her artwork, wanted to commission a portrait for his birthday. Based in Shanghai, Red has created portraits of other celebrities with recycled materials. Among them, a portrait of Chinese director Zhang Yimou made out of socks and pins, and one of Taiwanese pop star Jay Chou made from coffee cup stains. Red wanted to repeat her recycling message with her Chan portrait and settle on chopsticks after watching the film Fearless Hyena, in which Chan uses chopsticks to fight a kung fu master. The artwork took a month to complete from start to finish. Red said that she collected 64,000 disposable chopsticks, bound them in bundles of various sizes, and then hung them on a steel frame. Hanging side by side together, they form an impressionistic image of Chan smiling. What was Chan's reaction when seeing his birthday present for the first time? He loved it, Red said. The portrait is currently being stored at Chan's office in Beijing and will be displayed at a designated gallery. The earliest testament of the world was found in the excavation site in Kanishkarum in Kultepe, Kayseri, Turkey recently. The Kanishkarum settlement, dating back to 4000 BC, contains dozens of monuments from Hittite civilization. Since its first launch in 1946, the excavation process provided historians very useful insights into Hittite civilization. The last finding of the excavators is a testament written on a tablet. The tablet found in a grave is the earliest known testament of the history. The text of the testament talks about the sales of a donkey, and it goes like this. When you read this, go to the owner of this donkey and pay him 1/3 mina of silver. This man says this is one of the biggest settlements of Asia Minor in Hittite era. With a 3 kilometers area, it is bigger than most of other settlements. For the first time in this excavation site, a tablet was found. He said they rejoiced very much and thought that the text was about praying and probably related with the afterlife. But when a philologist analyzed the text, they realized it is a testament related with the sales of a donkey. Having a cast for treatment of bone fractures can be an annoying experience for the patient, but the Productivity Council and local medical equipment manufacturers have now come up with a brace for fracture patients that is said to be more comfortable than casts. It will also speed up the recovery process. People who suffer simple arm fractures may be spared the discomfort of a cast in the near future. This newly developed brace has inner cushions that can be inflated to suit different individuals. The whole process can be done in 5 minutes compared to up to half an hour required for the traditional plaster cast. The brace also allows patients to keep their joints movable. An advisor for the project is hopeful that it will benefit a wide range of patients.
For the elderly fall, most are the like a simple fracture. Also, mostly are the close fracture. So if we are aiming to the elderly, and I think this is a very suitable device.
Professor Liu tried out the brace on 30 patients. He said they reported no signs of discomfort and were able to remove their braces for daily showers after 2 weeks. By removing the brace from time to time, the patient will reduce the possibility of swelling, which Liu says will help the fracture heal more quickly. The brace costs $300 to $500 per set, but its developers are considering ways to lower the price, such as making part of the brace reusable. They plan to introduce the device to the local public hospitals and the international market by next year. They will soon start working on braces for other parts of the body soon. In less than 5 minutes, the braces can be installed. The developers expect to apply this technology in emergency situations to improve on-the-spot treatment. In China's Sichuan province, the giant panda Pan Pan enjoys an afternoon snack. Among his reclusive kind, Pan Pan is considered one of the oldest male giant pandas. Deng Linhua, director of the veterinary hospital at the China Conservation and Research Center for the Giant Panda, or CCR-CGP, where Pan Pan currently resides, says the panda is 29 years old this year, which is the equivalent of about 90 years old for humans. Pan Pan has earned a peaceful retirement. The panda has done more than most to further the survival of his notoriously shy species over the course of his lifetime. Pan Pan has fathered at least 32 children. Counting grandchildren, Pan Pan is head of a family of at least 116 pandas, or around 30% of all the giant pandas in captivity. The panda was found in the wild in 1986 and was not in good condition when it was initially taken in by the CCR-CGP. During the 1980s and early 1990s, Pan Pan was one of only 4 male pandas in the world able to breed naturally. One of the reasons he has been able to produce such a long string of progeny. He became a father for the first time in 1991 and has never looked back. Now a grandparent many times over, the venerable panda has family all over the world. Hua Mei and Tai Shan, born at the San Diego Zoo in San Diego and National Zoo in Washington, D.C., the United States, are his granddaughter and grandson, respectively. His days of almost single-handedly ensuring the continuation of his species may be behind him, but Deng said that Pan Pan is still in pretty good shape despite his advancing years. Deng said Pan Pan is getting old. His eyes are not that clear, showing signs of early stage of cataract. The giant panda typically lives around 20 years in the wild and up to 30 years in captivity. Currently, the eldest giant panda in the world is 36-year-old Jia Jia, who lives at the Ocean Park in Hong Kong. Meanwhile, the giant panda Ya Xing on Monday gave birth to twin cubs in Chengdu, capital of southwest China's Sichuan province. Staff members there said Ya Xing gave birth to the twins, a female and male, at 8:13 and 8:44 a.m. at the Chengdu research base of giant panda breeding. They are the first panda twins to have been born this year in the city. The cubs, weighing 146 grams and 117 grams respectively, are the second and third offspring of Ya Xing. They were born more than 4 months after the mother naturally mated with Yong Yong on February 22nd. Panda breeders and veterinarians are looking after the mother and her babies at the base, which has 129 captive-bred giant pandas, the world's biggest number. Last week, a giant panda named Yang Yang gave birth to twins in northwest China's Shanxi province. 49 cubs were born last year in China, with 42 surviving, a record for giant panda breeding in the country. Thanks to the development of breeding technology, the number of captive-bred giant pandas around the world rose to 376 by the end of 2013. It is estimated that about 1,600 pandas live in the wild. A 3D film on show at the Mogao Caves just outside Dunhuang, northwest of China's Gansu province, enables visitors to see the cave's world-famous murals more clearly than ever before. In recent years, Dunhuang Academy carried out a project to take 2,000 to 3,000 high-definition images of the murals in each cave and then splice together the photos into a 3D film. Now visitors can view the results, including imagery from some of the caves usually off-limits to the public, at a new dome theatre on site. This tourist has been to the Thousand Buddha Caves several times, but this is the first time the tourist can see the pictures so clearly. Fan Jinxi, the director of Dunhuang Academy, said in fact the dome theatre's function is a digital display center. In this way, they are able to take Dunhuang's art to various regions, to places in China, beyond China, to the world. The new Dome Theatre at Mogao Caves will open officially to the public on August 1st. Visitors need to book tickets in advance via the official Mogao Caves website. In Hokkaido, northern Japan, people pulled large amounts of lumber in an annual log sled race last Sunday. About 540 people competed in 69 teams in the Ningen Bamba event in Okito town. Horses were traditionally used to transport pine logs, but in the festival, teams of people pulled the logs along the hilly 18-meter course. The course has two 120-centimeter mounds at the halfway point. Each team dragged 300 kilograms of logs, shaking the ground as they went. Elementary school children and junior high school students joined the race. They pulled logs weighing 170 kilograms each. The horses that took part in the traditional race were twice the size of thoroughbreds. They competed on a straight 200-meter racetrack with 2 obstacles. Korea's rapid urbanization has meant the disappearance of many nostalgic but useful parts of life in the past. Old back streets are becoming new tourist attractions, with some of the bygone charms being rediscovered. In an area situated just off a busy main street, there is a neighborhood of traditional Korean house called Hanok. During the era of the Joseon dynasty, the district was home to many middle-class families. Visitors can see a wide variety of housing styles here, as hundreds-years-old traditional houses stand shoulder to shoulder with modernized versions. This house was built with 3 styles: the Japanese, the Western and the Korean. A tour guide leads a group of people on a tour around the neighborhood. This aged inn used to be the place where famous writers got along together in the 1930s. The house of the renowned writer Lee Sang is now a small cafe. Some people hunt for good, rare second-hand books at a 60-year-old bookstore. They travel back in time during a visit to the neighborhood. Cho Hyang-sun, a visitor, says the vestiges of the past are still left here. They make her recall her childhood memories. It feels nostalgic. Some 100,000 people participated in programs to tour all alleys in Seoul last year. Alley tour programs are drawing tourists in cities like Daegu, Busan and Gunsan. Kim Seong-jin of Korea Culture and Tourism Institute says alleys are where the traces of the past mix with modern culture. With many stories from the past, alleys have the potential to become a new tourist attraction. Old alleys and streets are back in the spotlight as a nostalgic tourist destination. There is a saying that a nation that does not invent new products will never progress. However, this saying is unsuitable for Sri Lanka. This country is a nation that has focused attention on people throughout the world with new inventions and achievements. This new chapter has been written by the Colombo Dockyard Limited. 228 vessels of various kinds are sailing at present throughout the world. The new invention of the dockyard is the vessel MV Corals. The 350 feet long vessel is 60 feet wide. Sri Lankan engineers and technicians have built this vessel in 10 months' time. It has been built for the Lakshadweep Islands of India. The vessel will be used to transport people and tourists from the Indian mainland to the Lakshadweep Islands. This is the largest vessel built by the Colombo Dockyard Limited. The vessel can carry a crew of 70 members. The total expenditure for the manufacture of this vessel was 3,800 million rupees. The vessel comprises 10 super luxury rooms, 40 second-class rooms, and 350 third-class rooms. It can carry a cargo load of 1,100 tons. The vessel also has the facility to store 450 tons of water and 400 tons of fuel. The Colombo Dockyard informed that the vessel MV Corals can carry water, food and fuel for 471 people.